How's it going, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo, and I am here today with another Slashback Saturday review. Now, guys, just real quick, I'm coming to you from this setting because honestly, I'm still not feeling very good. And before I really get into the review, I just want to do one thing. I want to thank everybody who has given so many well wishes. My little video from the hospital got almost 200 views already. And I didn't expect that. I was just trying to give an update. And I gotten so many great well wishes from so many people. People I don't even know, people I've never even heard of. And it's just amazing to me. Thank you guys so much for being such great people, being awesome subscribers. You guys truly are the best in the world. The 400 subs contest is now closed. And I will be making that video sometime this week. I thought about doing it today or maybe tomorrow, but I just don't feel up to it, guys, because I'm going to do it live. So, just give me a few days and I will get it up, okay? We'll get things popping. For this installment in the HORRORman challenge, we are doing sports slashers. And I chose the 2003 film Shredder. Now, this is a film all about snowboarding. Directed by Greg Husson, not sure, and starring Scott Winger, who you may remember from Full House. A group of friends go up to an abandoned ski resort, break in, spend the weekend. There they are attacked by a killer skier who hates snowboarders. This movie was released in Japan as Jason Z. So apparently I guess they thought it was some sort of change on Friday the 13th. This is a movie that I really enjoyed. My buddy Jason said that he thought I would like it, and he's right. I bought this movie quite a while back, and I've yet to watch it. It's just been sitting in my collection, and I pulled it out when this opportunity arose. And I meant to do it at the beginning of the week, and then things happened, and I'm just now doing it on Saturday. But that's okay. It's still going to be Saturday by the time it gets out. Now, I'm not saying this is a great slasher film, and I'm not saying it's a perfect slasher film. This is a very much a generic slasher movie. But it's a generic slasher movie that's got a lot of really fun stuff. And I had a lot of fun with it. Let's get the negatives out of the way real quick, okay? My first negative is some of the acting isn't great. Some of it's very over the top, and it's just not done very well in a lot of cases. Now, there's some that's okay, but there's some acting that's just downright bad in this movie. But that's to be expected. My next con is that there are some characters you just love to hate. You want to talk about cliche slasher characters, you have them in this movie. One of the things that I didn't like in this movie is the score. I thought it was very generic, very basic slasher score. Now, I'm not saying the soundtrack, and I'll get back to that later, but the score itself is just not great. The last con is that there's a lot of failed one-liners. Now, our killer in this movie is silent, doesn't ever say a word. Doesn't talk, you don't know what he's going to do, or you don't know who he is, you don't know what he's going to say. But he doesn't talk, so that doesn't matter. So they kind of tried to compensate that with a lot of one-liners and stuff from the victims. Yeah, they tried to make up for the lack of personality in the killer with the characters having these supposed to be good lines. But they really kind of fall flat, and they're just not very good. Switching gears, let's get into the pros, guys. First and foremost, the first pro I gotta mention is the kills. Right off the bat, the kills start, and they're pretty good. There's a lot of very different, very inventive kills in this movie. We have a kill where a guy is sliced by a razor wire as he's snowboarding. We have a kill where an icicle gets shoved through a guy's chest. We have a kill where there's an ice pick to the head. We have a kill where there's a girl gets her scarf. The killer's sitting with her and he wraps the back of her scarf around the ski lift. And then she falls off and she starts getting dragged. She's trying to free herself and she can't. And she gets hung. And that'll segue nicely into my next pro, guys. My next pro is that, I know it's funny, but as I said, the girl that gets hung from the ski lift, her body keeps going up and down the ski lift over and over again. And it stays that way for about 30 minutes in the film. You'll be going through the film and all this stuff is happening, all this action, and then you'll just see her body come around again. It caught me as so funny, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so cool. I was like, oh, here she goes again. Yeah. Oh, there she goes. I really enjoyed that part. I love what the killer does with the bodies. He takes the people that he kills, and he puts them in the snow, and he makes snow angels out of them. And then one of them, the sheriff, he built him into a snowman. And I just thought that was absolutely funny. That I did not like the score, but I do really like the soundtrack. There is a lot of 90s alternative music, alternative rock, metal music on this soundtrack. Late 90s, early 2000s. And I like that. I wasn't always the biggest fan of that at the time. But since then, some of that stuff has grown on me a little bit. I've always been more into heavy metal than I was into the alternative stuff. But some of that stuff's really grown on me, and I really come to enjoy a lot of it. And I enjoyed the soundtrack. It was kind of fun, and I was like jamming along to some of the songs, especially because they put them in the right places. And it made them seem very relevant to what was going on. And I enjoyed that. Really love the scenery in this, guys. This was not done on CGI. It was not done on a soundstage. This was filmed on location, I believe it said in Idaho or Iowa, on a ski resort somewhere. But it looks beautiful. It is so gorgeous. You can tell they got professional snowboarders to come in and do the snowboarding scenes. And it looked like everybody was having such a blast. And it just looked like so much fun. The movie is so much fun. Like I said, the kills are all unique. The kills are really kind of funny. And there's just a lot of fun scenarios that happen. At the end of the movie, which is where we get our reveal of our killer, we think that the killer is one person, and we think it is the whole movie. We think it's the guy who lost his wife and who lost his daughter, who drives this giant snow plow type machine that's got these big blades that sucks the snow in and clears the roads and shoots it off to the side, right? And on it, he has a big sticker that says "Death to Snowboarders." So you're thinking the whole time it's him. And even up to the end of the movie, you're thinking it's him because there's some situation that comes into play. He's there, and he actually gets shot and taken out because they think he's the killer. All of a sudden, our remaining character, our last character, our quote-unquote final girl, Scott Winger, his character's name is Cole, and he's running through this bar trying to find help, trying to get a phone, whatever, and he can't find anybody, can't find anything. And he goes out the back door and he shuts the back door. And on either side of him, the snow is built up like huge. You can't get past it. There's no way he can't climb out. And he can't get back in the door. And there's that guy's machine. And it gets turned on. And then you see inside the cab, and you see the killer there, dressed there. But then you look over and you see him dead in the passenger seat. So you realize that he wasn't the killer. The killer puts the machine on and starts driving it forward and puts a ski pole down on the gas so it keeps going forward. There's no escape for him. You think he's doomed, right? The killer takes off all of their ski stuff, and you come to find out that it's a woman. You find out that the killer is actually that guy's other daughter who lost her sister, and she's the one that hates the snowboarders. And it's absolutely hilarious because she gets out and she's taunting him like from the roof of the truck. And she's sitting there talking smack to him as he's about to die. And all of a sudden, one of the girls that we thought was dead pops back up with a shotgun, shoots her. She falls off. You know, she gets up and she's all bloody and she's got a shotgun wound and she's practically almost dead anyways. And then the girl gives a one-liner and she shoots her again. And then the machine catches her and it just whips her body into it so fast. And it shreds her up and it spews her out over the snow. And it just looks so cool. And I really enjoyed that. That was a really fun ending. I liked the comeback. I liked the reveal. This movie was good. It was a lot of fun. It is not great. It is not ever going to be considered a great horror film. It was just fun. So that's it for my thoughts today, guys, on Shredder. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I can get you some better videos as I feel a little better. I have to just to give you guys a quick update of my situation. I have to take antibiotics for a couple weeks, and then on the 15th, I go back to the surgeon to make sure all of the infections are cleared, and then they're going to go in and they're going to remove a 9mm kidney stone that's caused all these infections, and that made me so sick. So that is what I've got going forward, and hopefully once that is all completed, I'll feel a lot better. But I'm still going to come to you guys in the meantime. I got a lot of things I need to do, a lot of things planned. One of the things I need to do is and this is so funny, like I guess when I went to the hospital, my brain just shut down that this was even there. I completely forgot that I already had my Child's Play review ready and waiting. All I had to do was, upload it, and I totally forgot about it. I was going to upload it the day I went to the hospital, and then it didn't happen, and I forgot it even existed. Like, literally, completely spaced, completely forgot that I even did the review, watched the movie, did anything. I thought I still had to do it. I'm going to drop that video either tomorrow or the next day, and you'll see a much more energetic me in it because it was before I got sick. And then, like I said, I'm going to have the 400 contest live stream. If I feel up to it, that may come tomorrow afternoon or something. Maybe. It's a possibility. It may come tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. But I'm not going to guarantee that, guys. I'm really not. More than likely, it'll come sometime a little later. Well, I don't know. Let's just play it by ear, okay? And then next week I'll be back with another slasher film as well. For Joe, we're going to be doing local slashers from our areas. That's a tough one for me because I don't think there are any slashers based where I live. Now, there are some horror movies. I don't know if I'd consider them slashers, so I got to think on that a bit. See what I can find out for you guys, okay? So anyways, in the meantime, this is BroncoJuggalo saying thank you again, once again, so much for all the well wishes. I love you guys so much. Peace. The dead of winter. When the night is